Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Fiem Industries Limited Q3 FY22 earnings conference call hosted by Monarch Networth Capital. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company which are based on beliefs, opinions and expectations of the company as on the date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal the operator by pressing star then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Anubhav Rawat from Monarch Networth Capital. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Lizanne. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Monarch Networth Capital, I welcome you all to Q3 FY22 conference call of Fiem Industries. We'll start the call with initial comments about the results and the future outlook, and then let's take your questions. So without much delay, I now hand over the call to Mr. J.K. Jain, CMD of the company. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you to the Q3 FY22 earnings call of your company. Along with me, I have on this call today Mr. Rahul Jain, Director, Mr. Rajesh Sharma, Director, Mr. O.P. Gupta, CFO, Mr. Arvind Chauhan, Company Secretary, and other members of the finance team. The results and the investor presentation has been uploaded on the stock exchange and the company website, which I am sure you all have gone through. The two-wheeler industry continues to face headwinds driven by semiconductor issues and supply chain disruption. During Q3 FY22, domestic two-wheeler industry volume declined by 22.7% to 4.5 million units on a year-on-year basis. Sequentially too, the volume has been lowered by 12.9%. This decline can be attributed to the semiconductor shortage globally and due to the COVID-related challenges. We expect some easing. However, this disruption may continue to play out of the next few quarters. The decline in industries impacted our key customers and some OEMs like HMSI saw volumes decline by 23%. In spite of this tough environment, due to our superior product mix and diversified customer base, we were able to outperform the industry and our sales grew 9% year-on-year basis. On this business side, I want to update you on our decision to exit from our joint venture company, Fiem Automotive India Private Limited. To give you a background, we had set up a JV in 2018 to manufacture fuel injection system and IC connector for two- and three-wheeler segment. The majority partners in the JV is Aisin Industries Japan with a 69% equity. Fiem holds 26% stake, while 5% is being held by Toyota Tsusho. This joint venture has not been able to scale up as per our original business plan, and given the emerging trends in the EV space, we have decided to exit this venture by selling our 26% equity. The original equity based on the JV was rupees 100 crores and Fiem contribution in the same was 26 crores. As per the terms of the JV agreement, we have exercised our option to sell this stake to Aisin and expect to receive the full consideration of INR 26 crores with this exit. Now let me talk about the EV segment. As you are aware, Government of India in its budget has increased the Fiem 2 subsidy to 3,000 crores from 800 crores. This can effectively fund 1.2 billion EVs. While the current volumes of the EV continues to be low, we expect this to pick up in FY23 onward. We work with most of the leading players in EV segment, and in this current quarter, we saw a launch of iFlow product range from our customer Bounce 22 Motors. This momentum should gather pace over the next 12 months. To sum up, our outlook continues to be cautious, and we will be watching out for easing of semiconductor issues so that the industry can get back to growth. With this, I hand over to Mr. Gupta, our CFO, and the financial team to update on the operational performance and detailed numbers. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good morning to all. Before I present the numbers for the quarter, let me highlight segment breakup. For quarter 3 FY22, 99.4% of our sales have come from auto segment. Balance 0.6% is from the LED luminary segments. Further, 96% of sales is from two-wheeler segment, while the balance is up to commercial vehicle and others. LED as a percentage of automotive lighting stand at 43% for the quarter. Our replacement market sales stand at 7%. Now let me present the quarter 3 numbers for FY22. The company registered a total sales of rupees 385.68 crore against rupees 355.39 crore, registering a growth of 8.52% on year-on-year basis. For the period of 9 months, total sales stand at rupees 1,074.2 crore in comparison to rupees 792.52 crore, registering a growth of 35.5%. Quarter 3 EBITDA was rupees 47.19 crore, translating into an EBITDA margin of 12.24% as compared to an EBITDA of rupees 42.84 crore, that is 12.05% in quarter 3 of previous financial year. In 9 months FY22 period, EBITDA margin stand at 12.16%, and in absolute terms, it is rupees 130.67 crore in comparison to 77.27 crore in corresponding period of previous financial year. Our EBITDA margin are thus now stable around 12%. PAT for the quarter is rupees 24.04 crore in comparison to rupees 20.6 crore, which is 16.7% higher on year-on-year basis. If we look at the numbers for 9 months, company earned a PAT of rupees 63.26 crore in comparison to rupees 21.63 crore for 9 months FY21. Further, on balance sheet side, we continue to be a net zero debt company. With this, I end the financial brief, and now the floor is open for question and answers. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin with the question and answer session. Anyone wishing to ask a question may please press star and 1 on your touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is on the line of Ashutosh Tiwari from Equirus Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sir. Can we highlight some of the recent model wins that we have got from the OEMs?
Yeah, of course. Good morning to all. There are, of course, it is ongoing process to get the new business from our esteemed customers. So current situation, of course, the Yamaha is one, and Piaggio is also one. And of course, as we informed in the last quarter also, we have already started on multiple projects of Hero also. And this is what all as of now.
So you meant to say that you got Hero orders, or you will be?
Yes, we got the Hero orders. We are working on 5 projects as of now for the designing, and we have reached up to a proto stage. Further on, these all projects will be productionized in 2023 and 24.
So this will be FY23 or FY24, you meant to say?
Yes, it's 24.
FY24. Okay.
Yeah.
So Hero was not a customer earlier. Now we have got Hero. Okay.
Yeah, we were the supplier to Hero also, but it was only one project. So, but now we have taken multiple projects in the different segments.
Okay. So this is like the existing models for them, or new models that they are launching?
This is very difficult because all strategic decisions are taken between both the companies. So we will definitely be explore this detail.
And Piaggio, you said, is for what exactly? Is it two-wheeler, three-wheeler?
Yeah, Piaggio, of course, we were working for India and export both. And recently we have taken the business. This is for India. This is under Aprilia, Piaggio Aprilia. That will be suitable for both India as well as the export market, US, Europe market.
So how big this could be, like say maybe in 24 and all? What kind of revenue you can get from Piaggio as a customer?
Of course, Piaggio is a very high-end model wherein the segments cannot be defined the numbers. Just our presence in the globe as well as in India, domestic market is most important with the Piaggio.
Okay. Now, like the kind of ramp up that you've seen with Yamaha, obviously that's very high, but can it be like say, can it become 4-5% of our sales or not? That's my question basically. Piaggio.
I think there is very, very, very aggressive to get that business and volume also.
And secondly, on Yamaha, we are consistently ramping up every quarter now. This quarter revenue was around 78-79 crores. So where do you see this revenue going up to, say, next year or for 24?
Yeah, of course, because of export business from Yamaha is increasing year on year, and we are getting we are ramp up with the overall volume with respect to the export business as well as domestic business. So of course, the new year will also be good for us.
There will be growth from this quarter level as well in next year.
Yes, we can say like this.
And out of this revenue that we are doing to Yamaha, what would be export share roughly?
It is very difficult to identify because our sales are to Yamaha India and export is through India on Yamaha India only. So we cannot identify or specify the export sales right directly, but of course around 50% plus is export sales out of it.
Okay. And in terms of the two-wheeler OEMs schedules that we are looking at, say, over next 2-3 months, how do you see schedules? Are we seeing improvement in the production, or it is similar to what they have done in, say, January or December?
We expect, of course, the good numbers, but although the overall industry is facing a lot of issues because of semiconductors and supply chains, so we are very hopeful, but it is totally be depend on the company's overall planning and getting the inputs from different countries.
Okay. And this lastly on the LED side, I mean this quarter I think is around 28-29% of revenue from LED automotive lighting. How do you see this number going into say 24 or 23?
Yeah, this time next 3-4 months we are always 3-4 years we are definitely be expecting much more business what we are doing today in LED. So every new models is definitely be coming with LED only, and it will be definitely go from 43% to 60% in next 2-3 years.
60% you think?
Yeah.
Sure. Got it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Anubhav Mukherjee from Prescient Capital. Please go ahead.
Firstly, congrats to the management for a strong set of numbers in a difficult quarter. So my first question is, was there any significant contribution from Ola in this quarter, and how do you see that business ramping up, like in Q4 and beyond? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. Of course, we are very closely working with Ola, and because of not many factors like semiconductors and supply issues, whatever requirement is being created by Ola, we are fulfilled from our side, and we are very closely working with them. So of course, the volume will be decided by the Ola, and we are very closely working. And next quarter, of course, we are thinking good numbers from Ola Industries too.
Okay. And sir, which are the key electric vehicle OEMs that you are supplying to? Details will be helpful. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. If you see, Ola is one. Out of that, as our chairman already informed about Bounce and 22 Motors, because Bounce has taken over 22 Motors recently, so that business is also being with us. We are together already with Polarity, Revolt, Okinawa, Torque, Ampere, as well as Hero Electric also.
And in most of these OEMs, would you be like the sole supplier, or how is it? Like, which are the other players you would be competing against? Yeah.
Yeah, business is of course awarded to us, and the volumes are not much. So as such, we can say we are only the supplier as of now. But of course, it is totally depend on the volume and customers' thought process.
Okay. And sir, a lot of passenger vehicle and commercial vehicle OEMs like Tata Motors, Ashok Leyland, they are working on EV launches in both cars and even in commercial vehicle segment. So are we working with them in some of the projects especially for passenger vehicle and commercial vehicle two-wheelers, EV, are we working with some OEMs?
Yes, we can say that we are not in passenger vehicle, but commercial vehicle tractors, wherever it is an opportunity, we are definitely working with them. We are already supplying to we are already supplying to Tata, Marco Polo, Tata Motors, as well as Ford Motors. So these are all our prime customers as of now.
Okay. But sir, in passenger vehicles, even within the EV segment, you find it difficult to penetrate that, given our strong competence in LED auto lights. So even within the EV segment, is it difficult to penetrate?
We are already supplying small lamps and other parts like mirrors also in passenger vehicle, but we are not into the headlamp and tail lamp. So even passenger vehicle, we are supplying other lamps.
Other than that, if you see Mahindra Reva, we are the single source for headlamp and tail lamp. And of course, there is an opportunity, and we are already in the pipeline communication with customers to get that business also.
Get that. And sir, within Yamaha, how many international models would you be supplying currently? And are there any new projects for international models you're working on? Some details on that will be useful.
Yeah, we are as of now supplying 5 to 7 different models for they launch in different countries as of now in the globe. And further on, there are 3-4 projects on which we are as of now working to be launched in next financial year or next financial year.
Okay. And sir, for Harley Davidson, also you were working on some projects. Any update on that? And will it be for the international models?
Yes, Harley Davidson, of course, you know, they have already discontinued their Indian manufacturing units. So we have all the business as of now for their Thailand as well as US market, and we are exporting for 3 different models for all headlamp, tail lamp, blinkers, and complete lighting sets from here to them.
Okay, then, do you see a good ramp up in that? What is the outlook for that business?
So their volumes are, of course, that company is not on volumes, but of course, as per market demand, it is very good. Seems to be good business with Harley Davidson too.
Get that. And sir, finally on this CEO that you have received new projects. So any qualitative feedback on how large can we expect this business to be, given Hero is a very large OEM? So any color on that?
Yeah, of course. It is the beginning as of now on the projects wherein we are under designing right now. And volumes is also being predicted, but of course, very early to say. Once these products will be launched in the market, we will definitely declare the overall business prospects too.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next question. That is on the line of Dhananjay Mishra from Sunidhi Securities and Finance Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Just to follow up on this EV segment. So, what is our total share?
Mr. Dhananjay Mishra, we are not able to hear you clearly.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Slightly better.
Yeah. So, what is our contribution from this two-wheeler EV segment in terms of revenue as of now, and how it has grown on Q-on-Q basis? Hello?
So, on the EV segment, I think you are all aware that the market right now is in the midst of growth. So, I mean, the last year number, I think we are at the start. Last year numbers are some 2.5 lakh EV vehicles in two-wheeler, which is obviously very, very small as compared to what the total volumes of the industry are. So I think no meaningful percentage could be derived right now. All we could say is that 2 parts. First, the industry should grow from here manifold, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times. Those are the estimates which are there. B, we are well positioned because we are working with mostly all of the top 10 players. So, but to give a number either monthly or a quarter will not be an accurate reflection.
And what is the range of kit value we are supplying to these OEMs? What is the range we are supplying?
See, of course, once you talk about the overall product range with the one, it is always be varying from 2,000 to 4,000 rupees per vehicle.
Okay, and compared to this traditional lighting is how much? I mean, how?
Of course, because all EV vehicles are adopted LED lamps, so definitely the overall value will be 3 times than the conventional lamp.
It may be depending upon the complexity of the product, of the lamp, that can be 3x or 4x depending upon the every individual lamp. But it will be definitely more than 2x from conventional.
And lastly, from Ola, have we built any revenue in December quarter for Ola?
Yes, of course.
Because it is not as of now. It is not mentioned in presentation actually. When we are showing our electric two-wheeler customer, Ola name is not there.
We are supplying to Ola and we started. Means as per their requirement, we are fulfilling their complete requirement.
No. So revenue is there. It was there last quarter also, this quarter also. There is a revenue, but we
It is under ramp-up condition right now. So because of semiconductors and all, there are few things which we are as of now taking care of.
Okay. So you are supplying for both the model and they are producing both the model?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's all my.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next question. That is from the line of Akash Jain from Money Curves. Please go ahead.
Yes, my questions are answered. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Nirvan, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I wanted to understand what your plans are regarding the LED luminary segment, because we are not seeing a lot of growth there. But in the presentation, the product portfolio that you show is really diverse, like from street lamps to LED bulbs and even display systems for buses and train platform. So in this depressed auto industry environment, wouldn't that give us like a good diversification? And are we focusing on that area? And how do you see that area growing?
Yeah, so you're right. There was a lot of effort in terms of our development of product range that was done over the last couple of years in this segment. But what we also saw was that this was either a government business or a B2C business, which kind of is something that we decided that we would rather focus on our traditional business of auto. So over the last 18 months, you've seen we've gradually degrown this business. It is now 0.4% of our revenue and going down. So essentially, we've said this is not our focus area, and we will not want to make this a focus business at all. So this will, while you're right, it sounds like a good diversification, but this is not something we want to do. We want to focus on our core business of auto, and where we see many opportunities, especially with the EV coming along.
Okay, thank you. That's very clear. One aspect I wanted to touch upon. So you said B2C and government, but isn't B2B to like large establishments, like the real estate sector is picking up? So isn't B2B procurement of, for example, LED lights or lighting systems, is that an area that was also not found to be within your competitive strength areas?
I mean, it's a good debate one can have, and you're absolutely right. But I would just say that we decided that our energies are better spent on our core automotive business, and there are a number of ancillary lines there as well, which we can pick on. So we've kind of right now decided that this is not going to be a focus area. And yes, there will be some opportunities that will come by, but we would rather give that a pass.
Fair enough. So your answer leads me to the second part of my question, which is that, see, right now we are heavily concentrated in two-wheelers, and even in two-wheelers, I think around 70% of our revenues are from lamps. So I wanted to ask two levers of diversification. One is, how difficult is it for us to transition to lighting systems for four-wheeler passenger vehicles? Commercial vehicles, I know we are doing a little, but how difficult is it to scale that up for four-wheelers? Plus, are we looking at any other ancillary items apart from lighting systems or mirrors or plastic molded parts? Like, are we looking to enter a new auto ancillary segment?
See, we are already in the mirror business for two-wheeler. We are already in plastic business for two-wheeler. But of course, going forward to the passenger car, there are companies which are already working with some joint, and we are also looking for. We are very optimistic to have a joint venture, and we are working on that to be a part of four-wheeler business also. Of course, about the CV, commercial vehicle and tractor, we are well established in our existing sales, and we are very hopeful to get more and more business in CV as of now, in CV and tractor business, and off-road vehicles too.
Okay. Are we close to any deal wins in passenger segment? And if not, I just wanted you to comment on why lighting systems for four-wheelers is very different from, say, lighting systems for two-wheelers? I just want to understand that aspect.
See, as of now, there is no communication with any of our customers. Of course, lighting business is same, wherein the requirement is of course being derived with the government regulation, and those regulations are hold good for two-wheeler and four-wheeler both. Right. Facilities wise, if we see with respect to the facilities, of course required the similar for two-wheeler and four-wheeler. So it is not be a challenge, but of course the existing players which are already be having joint ventures, almost all the companies are there, which are as of now having good business opportunities with the four-wheeler business, and it is as of now we are expecting four-wheeler business to be grow, and our entry will be very easy to enter within this business too, and years to come.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants: anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Priyadarshi Srivastava from Monarch Network Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir. Sir, as we are sitting on a net cash position now, so what will be your capex plan for the next financial year?
See, the capex, next financial year and next 2-3 years, we are planning 75 to 100 crores capex plan, and it all depend upon the new projects as well as new opportunities come. So we are well positioned for any kind of investment we require for growth of the business.
Okay, sir. And sir, leading from the previous participants' questions, as we were talking about the passenger vehicles, currently we are around 4.5% sort of a revenue from that segment. So what is your guesstimate, or what you think should be that percentage should increase in next 2 to 3 years?
See, as we explained, the CVs and tractor segment, and because these are also now more fascinating about the LED lamps. So we are aggressively, working on that, and this will definitely it should increase in a smart way. There should be a big good business from this segment also.
Okay. And sir, my last question for the JK Jain sir is that, so what is his overall stance on the the outlook on the two-wheeler segment going ahead, sir? As we know, we are already faced a lot of headwinds now, and especially on the rural revival, sir.
Yeah, two-wheeler business as of now is holding around 1.16 million, almost 16 million segment, 16 million volume, and which is of course we expecting with respect to the population of India, it will grow up to 2022, and of course together with EVs too. So two-wheeler business will definitely grow in next 10 or 15 years simultaneously and continuously.
Okay. So any views on the rural segment, like how the revival you are seeing?
Yes. Depending upon the, means when the rural economy will pick up, definitely we are very bullish on this growth also.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, and all the best, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Pritesh Chheda from Lucky Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Sir, will we have a higher market share in the EV OEMs versus the conventional OEMs, or let's say the EV portfolio of vehicles versus the conventional portfolio of vehicles?
Of course, if you see, EV is now started growing, and there are many players are coming between this business, wherein conventional business is always be held by 7 players, major 7 players. So we are very optimistic to have a good business from EV customers, and top 10 customers are already with us. And further on, we are working from north to south and east to west. all the customers whosoever is present within this range, we are together with them.
Sir, so we will have a higher market share is my question. I understand the other part.
Yes, of course. We expect.
And my second question is, this year, which is the current year, which we are reporting the numbers for, already the vehicle production in India has declined substantially, and it's mentioned in your opening comments also.
Yeah.
And we are seeing a couple of years of production decline happening in the two-wheeler space. Now, despite that, we have grown top line, obviously to do with the export part and the order wins that we would have incremental.
Yeah.
Is it fair to assume that next year, already with a low base on volumes and whatever client wins that you have talked about,
yeah,
and also your higher share in EV, the situation or a case for a substantially higher double-digit top-line growth is already possible with our company? Is that conclusion fair enough?
I think if you look at our 10-year history, you will see that we have outperformed the industry always. So and this quarter also is something which is similar. And hence, if to your question, if the industry was to grow well, then we will still grow better. So yes, we do want to be in a position to outperform.
Any revenue estimate that you think you will be able to do next year?
I think given all the uncertainties, it is one wouldn't want to put a number there. We can only say that we'll do better than the industry.
Okay. And my last question is, sir, on the market share. So those 7 OEMs, the conventional ones, in the lighting side, what will be our market share? Will it be 30%?
Yes, our total market share is 30% more. More than 30%.
30%.
Yeah.
Okay. And it versus this 30% in the EV two-wheeler, you will be higher, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, and all the best to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll move on to the next question. That is from the line of Krishna Agarwal from Nivshay. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a question on the overall industry. So if we see there are many electric two-wheelers coming in the segment 25 kilometer and below. And as per our understanding, these are Chinese imports, SKDs or CKDs. So how the LED or headlamp space will you see in the segment?
Yes, as you know, the Indian government has also considered FEM2, and they had given the subsidy of 800 crores to 3,000 crores. And this is the lucrative scheme which below 425 kilometer or below speed vehicle manufacturers are also thinking to be participate within this, and all these segments will also become within the EV, this electric or electronic headlamps and tail lamps. This is what we are thinking, and we are already working with some of the customers as of now.
Oh, so as we are the Chinese import, so is there a percentage that has to be sourced from India?
No, we are actually talking of our business. Means the people who are sourcing from China, we are not concerned. We cannot comment on that. But we are actually more focused on the big players as well as the serious players. So anybody who want to be serious and he want to be big, he will definitely come for the India sourcing.
Okay. And I have one question. In one of the previous calls, you have mentioned that from HMSI, you have 39% share in headlamps, and in tail lamps, you have 90% share around. So why such a difference in headlamps and tail lamps?
No, it all depends on this is a very good share. First of all, you please understand having 40% of the headlamp and this 90% kind of share is a very good share. So this all depends on the OEM choice, how he is maintaining the share with the vendors, business share. Yeah.
And on the Hero side, so are we working on the EV segment or it's IC two-wheeler?
This is, of course, right now is IC. EV is still under their consideration, and we will definitely be very closely monitoring those things also.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. That's it.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ashutosh Tabari from Equirus Securities. Please go ahead.
If I look at the rear view mirror sales in this quarter, it's almost 48 crores versus 40 crores in second quarter. So there's a very sharp jump quarter on quarter. So any reason behind that? Is there any new order win or there's some mistake over there?
Rear view mirror, you are saying?
Yeah. If you look at in the PPT, this quarter it's around 12.4% of sales. In previous quarter, it was around 9.6% of sales. If I derive the numbers, there appears to be big growth quarter on quarter, while the industry volumes have declined. So, if there is a mistake, it's okay. Otherwise, what the reason?
No. This is increase in the business.
So, I mean, what is driving this growth?
Yeah.
What is driving this growth?
Sorry?
I mean, why this growth? I mean, when industry volumes are down, what is?
No, it has to be product mix. No? There are some customers which have degrown, some customers have grown. So,
I think if there is confusion, we can clear offline. That is not an issue.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, please come.
Yeah, sure. And secondly, obviously there's some bit of gross margin improvement which has happened in this quarter versus the second quarter. But have we got the full kind of RM pass-through from customers, or this is something still remaining?
No, it means there is some already we got it, and then it, as you know, means it takes 1 quarter to 2 quarters. This is a rolling on kind of arrangement.
So you mean to say that there's still some pass-through which is remaining, which will come through in the subsequent quarters?
Yes,
in that case, I mean, we have managed the margin pretty well. So there's a good possibility of margin going beyond this 12.5% range as well, right? If the volumes improve.
Sir, you can understand, means this is a industry phenomena of rolling on of this pass on, so it will remain. But the fine part is that we are getting it. That is the more.
No. My point is that if the full pass-through has not happened in this quarter, it was lower in terms of volumes as well. Then also we have delivered 12.1% margin. So when this full pass-through happens and we see growth also coming back, in that case, margin should go beyond this range, right? Ideally.
I don't think this is a one-time event, and so if the previous quarter has come, this quarter will come. It's a rolling basis, and we think the margin will be in around this range only, flattish between what we always guide around 12% on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Ritesh Poladia from Girik Capital.
Yes, thanks for the opportunity. So on this is what can your peak test?
Sir, there's a lot of disturbance from your line.
Just a moment.
Thank you.
Is this better?
Much better. Thank you.
Yeah. Sir, what would be the asset turnover on gross block basis at your peak capacity utilization?
Yeah, it remains in the range of 1:2.
Okay. I believe in 2017-18 you reached till 1.7, 1.8. That was the highest. So, would it be the benchmark at the peak utilization? Or,
you can say 2%. 1:2 is the good ratio for this industry.
1:2. Okay. On receive days, about 3 years back, we used to have about 45 days kind of a receivable cycle. Now it's down to about 25-30. So what has led to this change, or have you resorted to the bill discounting?
See, this means this is all from the OEM side, all support we are getting. So now this is improved.
Okay, but you haven't gone for any bill discounting. So this is a gross receivables only.
It all depends upon the how the we are settling with the customer. It is not that it is fit for all. It depends on the customer and our choice how we arrange it.
Okay. So there can be an element of bill discounting with your customer only.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Okay. Yeah. That's it from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Preeti Panchal, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Just wanted to know the current order book with the company.
See, this current order book is means we are already working on the next 2-3 years projects of our all customers. So we are working very strongly, and we are having more than 50 projects under development. So it is not in the numbers actually. Yeah.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. A reminder to the participants, anyone wishing to ask a question, may please press star and 1. The next question is on the line of Saurabh Datta from Minerva India Underserved. Please go ahead.
Hi. Thank you for taking my question. Just wanted to understand how do you see the chip shortage playing out, and how long do you expect it to continue for the OEMs?
Yes, chip shortage, of course, you know as well, the overall globe is suffering as of now. And as per the feedback and prediction which is being received from worldwide, it may continue for another 2 years, one and a half and 2 years both.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is on the line of Anand from B&K Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. Thanks for taking my question. I just wanted to know how much capacity we have put in for the EV two-wheelers. Has there been any agreed capacity that we have agreed to put out for the next, say, 2 years or something? And how fungible are these capacities, with the existing products? Can we use the same things across products, or how does this work?
We are well equipped. As of now, if you see, we are working on 50 or 60% of capacity with respect to the overall volume of market, wherein specifically for the EV, we need to have an electronic setup, which is being well set up, and we are definitely be committed to have another 5-year setup as of now available with us, with the SMT lines and setup required, especially for the EV segments. So we are well equipped with us for next 5 years volume saving.
Yeah.
Any volume numbers you can indicate?
Numbers, it is very difficult to identify the numbers. Of course, we have 9 SMT lines as of now. 9 SMT lines means we can fulfill. Current condition, we are running only the 3 SMT lines, and another 6 lines are empty. So we can say yes, another 5 years volumes we can easily accommodate within this setup available with us. And the setup, which is additional machines which is required, only the injection machines or supportive assembly lines, those will be developed based on the product mix only as per the design of the individual product. So every product is having different aesthetic and different style, and accordingly we develop the design and assembly which is required to assemble the overall part.
And any rough number on what is the cost to set up one SMT line?
No, it is all fungible for every product. Please understand, only the assembly line is set up for a single product. Otherwise, all setup is fungible. and this is the whole company setup which is required for every product.
Sure, sir. Thanks. That was it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be taking the last question. That is on the line of Anubhav Mukherjee from Prescient Capital. Please go ahead.
Is the company taking initiatives to increase the aftermarket sales in terms of widening the distribution or new product development specifically for the aftermarket?
Yes, we are optimistic about the aftermarket. Of course, there are few agreements with respect to the OEM customers. We cannot sell those products to the aftermarket, but of course, we are developing our own products which will be suitable for the aftermarket and hopeful to have a very good business in years to come.
We are working on that.
And is our distribution network in place across India, or are we doing anything to increase that?
We are already having depots in more than 10 cities, and this is pretty old setup. Rest of the cities or rest of the markets are being served by the dealer network. So the point is that we are now working how we can achieve more. We are now more focused on replacement market as well.
Get that. And sorry, our product range in the aftermarket, what will be the USP? Will the pricing be at a discount to maybe? So you won't compete with any OEM products, or would you be competing and selling at a discount? How is that?
No, actually, it is all mix of all things. We not discount or not about the competing with the OEM products, but there is it is not that Fiem is very established name. Everybody knows it in the market. So the only thing that we are now more focused working on the replacement market. So and definitely we are hopeful for getting better share of the business from the replacement market as well.
Yes, sir. My question was just to understand who would be you competing against, because like you said, for the OEMs, for the whatever supply you do for the models, you won't be competing even in the aftermarket for those products, is my guess. So who is your competition in the aftermarket then for whatever product range you sell? Will it be the unorganized, or who would be your competition?
This is all unorganized sectors. A lot many unorganized sectors people are working within this. So it is very difficult to say, but of course the branding is most important, which is already we have with Fiem, and branding is always the sales in the market. So we will encash our branding in near future, and we'll hope we'll be having good margin and good share of business within the replacement market too.
Get that. Thanks. That's all from me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the last question. I now hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Chairman, sir, would you be giving closing comments?
Okay, so Ms. Jain is, I think, in remote, and it will be difficult to have a connection with them. So on behalf of Mr. Jain, I'll be giving the closing comments. So thank you everyone for participating in the Concall. I do hope we have been able to reply all your queries adequately. We are available for any additional questions you may have. Thank you and good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Fiem Industries and Monarch Network Capital, that concludes this conference call. We thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines. Thank you.